Tony Fadell may not be a household name in the tech world compared to, let's say, Bill Gates or the late Steve Jobs, but he had helped create a few products that you may have heard of. As an Apple employee, he worked on a project that resulted in the first generation iPod. He later went on to help create the first generation iPhone. He recently wrote a book called Build, which he describes as an unorthodox guide to making things worth making. Most business books tend to fall under two categories. One is a personal memoir, where the business leader writes about his or her life story. The other is a guide that's full of advice that tells aspiring business leaders what to do in order to achieve success in the business world. A typical business book is supposed to be read in a linear fashion, from the first paragraph on the first page to the last paragraph on the last page of the book. Fadell's book is different. It's a combination of personal memoir and advice book that can also be used as a reference guide in case there's a workplace problem that needs to be solved. Fadell wrote in the introduction that while the reader can read it from the first to last page, one doesn't have to read his book that way. If one currently has a problem and really needs some advice fast, Fadell recommends just going straight to the relevant chapter without reading the previous chapters first. Each chapter in the book is written as a standalone chapter where Fadell discusses a certain topic and the reader doesn't have to read any of the previous chapters in order to understand it. That makes it pretty accessible as a reference guide. In addition, I recommend this book to anyone who is interested in the early days of the tech industry, which started in the 1980s, because Fadell writes all kinds of stories about what those early days were like before the World Wide Web even existed. The one constant thread throughout this book is a lesson that Fadell learned the hard way when it comes to creating new products is this: always create a new product with the intention of solving a problem that currently exists in real life. Inventing a new product, then trying to find a problem that it could solve generally leads to failure because it's harder to convince the general public why they should purchase that product. You don't have to be a creator or even be into high tech in order to get some value out of this book. Fadell dedicates some chapters to practical business advice, such as how to deal with difficult bosses and or coworkers, when it's time for you to simply move on from your current place of employment, and the importance of storytelling when it comes to creating a new product or even marketing in general.